What's up everybody, welcome to another video. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show you in 6 simple steps how you can take awesome aquarium pictures just like this one. And I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks on how you can take high quality pictures or your aquascapes and use them for either contests or just to flex on Instagram. So a lot of you guys were interested in a video about aquarium photography. I do have to say that I am by no means an expert when it comes to this topic. So I'm going to keep it very simple, and we're not going to talk about aperture, focal length, ISO, shutter speed. If you're interested in those topics, then there's plenty of other videos about that. In this video we're just going to keep it very simple. Same with the equipment. The only thing we really need is a camera, and this can be a DSLR camera, but it can also be a smartphone. We do need a tripod. I do really recommend that you get yourself a tripod. We're gonna need some pieces of cardboard, and I'll explain later why you need cardboard. And we also need a hairdryer. So ask your wife if you can borrow her hairdryer and everything's gonna be okay. But that's it, no extra lenses, no special external flashes or other fancy equipment. I want to keep this very basic, very simple, so anyone can do it. Alright, so let's start with the 6 steps to make a perfect aquarium picture. And the first 2 steps actually start the day before, so it's a 2-day process. First step is to clean the aquarium properly, and we really want to do this the day before so the aquarium has some time for the water to clear up again. So I did this yesterday, and yesterday I just spent a lot of attention on cleaning the aquarium glass, making sure the glass is absolutely spotless. I always like to wash the glass from the side. So if you look at the aquarium from the side, then you can really see the front glass panel, and then you know exactly if you missed some spots or not. And this also gives you the chance to remove any ugly leaves or any last bits of algae that you see, and then you can remove them the day before as well. And the second step is to prepare our cardboard frame. So we want to make a sort of like a frame from cardboard that we'll use to block the sides as well as the top of the aquarium. And we'll use this cardboard to prevent the light that's coming from our aquarium light, to stop that from coming into the camera lens, because that's really going to mess up the quality of our picture. Now, I did this the day before, but of course you can do it on the day itself as well, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so now the aquarium is clean, we prepared our cardboard, so now we're ready to actually take some pictures. So the third step is to actually remove all the equipment from our aquarium. So we want to remove our lily pipes, we want to remove our CO2 diffuser, and we want to remove our heater if you have one as well. And then step number 4 is just to gather and set up all our equipment. So take out your camera, set up your tripod, steal your wife's hairdryer, attach the cardboard, and then we're ready to go. And then the 5th step is just making pictures, and just really enjoy this and experiment with different angles, experiment with different settings, experiment with the hairdryer, different angles, different intensity. The point of the hairdryer is to create a nice ripple on the water surface, because that ripple will give the illusion that there is actually flow happening inside the aquarium. Because we remove the filter inlet and outlet, there's literally no flow. So if we just have a flat water surface, then that can look a little bit odd, a little bit strange, and actually a little bit boring as well. So if we use a hairdryer to create a nice ripple, then that will give a really nice effect in the final image. And then the last step is to take your best pictures from a photo shoot, and you want to edit them a little bit, either on your computer or on your phone. Most important thing is that we just crop out the sides, crop the top a little bit, so we just have the aquarium in the frame. And of course, if you want to, you can color grade the picture a little bit. Alright, so those were the 6 basic steps to how you can make a good quality aquarium picture that you can either use to submit into contests, or you can use it for social media. Now I do have quite a few more tips how you can really improve the quality of your pictures. And tip number 1 is to actually use a lot of light. So the more light that you have on top of your aquarium, the better actually. And the experts, they will use external flashes for this, but we don't have that kind of equipment, so we're just going to use a lot of lights. So me personally, actually, for my photo shoot, I was using 3 lights. So I had the Chihiros on full power, 100% power, and then I took light from the Dutch style aquarium and another light from my nano tank. So I had 3 lights on top of the aquarium. The second tip is to illuminate the background of your aquarium. You've probably seen all these fancy light screens by ADA or by the Lightground. It's really popular these days. You can easily do it yourself by just adding a LED strip behind your aquarium. I didn't do it this time, but I do like the effect that it gives. It really changes the appearance of your aquarium and really, yeah, gives a nice interesting look to your overall picture. Alright, tip number 3 is to actually play around with your water level. So right now the aquarium behind me is filled to the top. But when I was doing the photo shoot, the water level, I actually dropped the water level a few centimeters. And this can really give a nice, give a nice effect to your picture. And it will also help if your stems are not all the way to the top yet and you want to, remove that negative space. So yeah, just try this out as well. Tip number 4 is to use the timer function on your camera. I think every camera has this, even smartphones. But yeah, when you take a picture and you press the shutter button, that will give some vibration and it will give a little bit of a blurriness to your image. So if you use the timer function, you'll basically eliminate all that. And it also gives you a few seconds to maybe do something, because I was all by myself during the photo shoot and I didn't have any tripod to put my hairdryer on. So I put my camera on a 10-second timer. So I pressed the shutter button and then I would operate the hairdryer, and that was it basically. Tip number 5 is to make the room as dark as possible. So we want to make sure that we close all the curtains and eliminate any reflections. And that brings me straight to tip number 6, which is wear dark clothes. If you're wearing a white shirt, then there's a big chance that that's gonna reflect on the aquarium glass as well. So wear dark clothes. Right, tip number 7 is to think about the time frame when you're gonna have your photo shoot. For sure you don't want to do this in the evening, because if your lights have been on for hours and your CO2 has been on for hours, probably your plants are like freaking 7-up, purling like crazy. So yeah, think about the time frame. I want to do it early in the morning, but when I put the lights on, my stem plants, they were still closed, so I waited a little bit longer. So yeah, tip number 7. Now when it comes to taking these pictures with your phone, I really urge you to get yourself a tripod. I was just browsing through Amazon and those things are so cheap that there's really no excuse not to have a tripod. I saw mine, there's one that I have right here, on Amazon for literally $8. So I'll put some links in the description to some cheap tripods. And also make sure that if you're using a phone, that it has this clamp so you can properly mount your phone on the tripod. Now I don't know how it works with Android phones, but with my iPhone there's literally no way to change any camera settings for taking pictures. At least not with the standard camera app. So it's just a matter of placing it on top of your tripod, making sure it's centered right in front of the aquarium, and then taking the picture. You can change the exposure a little bit. So if you tap on the phone screen, this the focus will appear, and there's this sun icon that if you slide up and down, the exposure will change. So you can play around with that a little bit. But yeah, that's it. And also don't forget to use the timer function. Most phones should have this as well, and it will really make a big difference in the sharpness of your image. So that's everything that I have on taking good quality pictures. One more thing, if you're really happy with your picture, you can also print it out and put it in a frame. I did this with this picture. This was my first contest aquarium, and I was really happy with it, so I put it in a frame. It's just a nice way to keep these memories of these aquariums that you had in the past. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful for you. If it was helpful, please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.